I chose to do my presentation on intercultural romantic relationships. I chose to do my research and my presentation on this topic because the United States is generally known for being a really diverse country. And I wanted to start by establishing the issue. It is important to understand all of the dimensions of intercultural relationships and how they influence everyday life interactions. Culture plays a huge role in developing a self identity. Race has always been an issue in the United States and historically has had some influence on society's views on romantic intercultural relationships. Religion also influences how cultures interact with each other and sometimes can lead to conflicts on many scales. Gender in some cultures can be viewed by others as oppressing, where men and women are not equals. Everyday life. Traditionally, in some cultures, there are a lot of negatives associated with dating outside of your own race or culture. Through media, we always see romantic relationships between people of the same culture and never interracial relationships. And if we do, there's a lot of negative backlash that we get from that. Differences in culture, such as values and beliefs, can hinder the success of intercultural relationships. All these factors influence the way we interact with other cultures and how romantic relationships between them are formed. It is true that the more similar cultures are to one another, the higher chance they have of forming romantic relationships. We see examples of this in romantic relationships between Americans and Asians, where in the US, affection is shown through physical interactions, whereas it is not normal to do so in Asian cultures. For example, in the US, we like to hold hands and kiss and hug, and that's how we show that we are intimate or in love with others. And in other cultures, that's not how they do things. And this is kind of important too when you're dating outside your culture because it can cause issues. And though you may not understand why things are the way they are, and it might not make sense to you and your culture, it might be completely normal for the other. Understanding cultures. It is important to look at the complexities of intercultural relationships to develop better understandings between partners. Also, understanding where someone else is coming from will help you develop a global view on the issues associated with interacting with other cultures. These practices will help you diminish any stereotypes or stigmas that people may have learned. By understanding other people's religion and traditional values, customs, it helps you better understand who they are and how they identify, what they identify with. For example, in some houses, when if you're dating an Asian girl and her parents are very traditional, you go in and you take your shoes off, and just little things like that will help you understand. If you can understand how things are different for them, it helps you better understand who they are as a person. In conclusion, through technical advances, more people are able to connect to other cultures and form relationships. We see intercultural relationships around us every day, and they affect all of us indirectly or directly. By exploring simple things like values, beliefs, and customs of other cultures, it will give you a better understanding of who they are.